Well, that was impressive. that was quite the match that you just seen. Hank and Austin played phenomenal pool. But we are back up. I hope everybody relogged back in and live again at CRs Sportsbar. This is the second match of the doubleheader. We got Søren Eriksson and Chad Plumley against Nick Marsolek and Josh Rains. Nick and Josh had won this event before. And man, oh man, I was patting Austin and Hank on the back and fist pump. That was phenomenal. What a match those two played. That was so impressive. So we are live. We got another match ahead of us right now. Chad Plumley at the table. His partner Søren Eriksson behind him. I don't know if they actually started yet. No, I think they're just practicing. Because I don't see their opponents. No, Nick was up there just a minute ago. Where'd he go now? I don't see Nick, and I don't see Josh. Man, oh man, unbelievable though. If you haven't seen that previous match though, you got to go back and watch that. It's unbelievable how well those two played, Austin and Hank. I just cannot. Man, oh man, that's just such good pool. That kick shot that Hank made on that ball was just unbelievably strong. Woo! So again, Friday night fights here in the Scotch doubles, live at CRs Sportsbar. Mark Weaver in the booth, and joined by Jerry Johnson. Again, race to 11, BCA rules. But there's Josh making his way to the table now, so they did not start. But we'll be right back in a minute or two. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. We'll be right back in a couple minutes. Yep. I think we're. No, are they still practicing?
Yeah, they're just hitting balls around. Let's go, boys. We ain't got time to screw around. It's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, man. Oh, my goodness. So, again, race to 11, everybody. CRs Sportsbar. And Friday night tournament's underway. Man, I'm still trying to catch my breath from that last one. That was what a match. What a match. So race to 11. Nick Marsolek, Josh Rains, they're the blue team. Upper right corner and upper left corner is Søren Eriksson and Chad Plumley.
I'll just turn sideways and I'll get a corner. You're fine. Booty to booty.
Race to 11.
Here we go. This is Chad and Søren's first time in this event.
Yep.
And Nick and Josh, I believe they'd
won it before.
They won one.
Yep, they won one before.
Yep.
Quite soundly, if I remember right, too. In the finals, anyways.
Yeah, these diamond tables I'm going to sell them for $5,500. That's tax included. So they're right around $5,085 something.
Is that delivered or is that just
nope,
out the door price?
That's just the take them out of here. New there with the tax $6,800. So save a little bit if you want to use diamond. They hold their value so good.
Yeah, they do.
So
they really do.
Anyone interested? $5,500. Give me a call. I'm selling 10 tables.
It's one of a few tables on the market that actually hold their value that well.
I'm bringing brand new ones in. So here we go. Søren looks like he's breaking from the middle of the table. It looks like he was up high there. What a difference in the break.
Two and a half. Was he outside the kitchen?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
2.5 diamonds. Still didn't make a ball, though.
He gave himself the rack on new cloth. Boy, the other teams are breaking well.
Man, both of them. Zach had a couple breaks that were a little bit out of his normal. He's normally one of the most consistent. I think that was, though, the first time I've seen him scratch on the break in this event.
Yeah, he breaks real good. Tell you what, Nick and Josh play real well together.
Yeah.
They get going, and Nick's a fast player, and they get moving. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Both Zach and Dan, who won the last one, didn't they? I have exited the tournament.
Yeah.
Both are gone.
So
Dan ran into it last match that I commentated. They were the other team played so well.
That was Jed and Willie.
Jed and Willie, yeah, yep.
They were the buzzsaw that night. The buzzsaw tonight so far has been
and Dan and Dave O'Keefe. Dan and Dave O'Keefe in that match didn't do anything wrong. They just got on such a roll that
they got their arms cut off by the buzzsaw.
Yep. Just get out of my way. And sometimes that happens.
I'm gonna check with the party. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. So we got Josh Raines at the table. His partner again, Nick Marsolek, upper right corner there. And again, as we stated a couple of times, previous winners of one of these tournaments. Go bump to 2. Very nice. 2 stays to go in the pocket. Yeah. 1 will still go. 5 goes by the 4 there. There's plenty of room. 3. Does that 3 ball go by the 11? Is that the 11? I don't think that 3 ball goes by there, though. That'd be the 15 ball. But 3 does have other pockets, too. Watch it scratch. No, good. So now Josh could shoot the 5, run the cue ball down into the 12. The 12 would get you, that cue ball location there would get you right on the 4. 4 gets you back up to the 1, and then you'd have to come back and work on the 3. But I do believe that, the 5 would, cue ball would get you right into the 12 ball. So he's going to come back for it. So I don't blame him. I don't really want to go back up table and work off that 1 ball. Unless I really had to. But now you're in trouble. I don't think he can pocket any of these balls. He might play the cue ball off the 3 and call the 4. It might be his only way to pocket a ball, actually. Play the cue ball off the 3, and then the cue ball goes into the 4 ball. Oh, he's going to play the 5. Kicking at the 5. So really, really tough shot. I didn't think Josh had enough of an angle on that 1 ball just to go over the rail gently like that. I mean, obviously hindsight's 20/20, but you get that kind of an angle where you go into it and a little bit outside or something actually kind of kills the ball off the rail. And if you play enough pull, you kind of know the shot I'm talking about, and that's kind of the angle that Josh had, is where he kind of punches it in there, but instead of coming back across, it kills it. I think instead of outside on there, you want to put inside, and that'll propel you back across the table more. So Hank the Tank and Austin heading out for the night. Well-deserved victory. That was, I just can't say it enough. That was impressive. So Chad Plumley at the table. Going to try to break up that 12. And, oof. Oh, boy. Not a big problem. I mean, I don't like shooting this ball. None of us probably do. But you're still at the table. You still control the table. And if you roll this ball in, you got a lot of options up there off that 14 to play a safety. And I would be looking at safety just because that 12 and 13 down there are hugging each other. And I don't want to break up their little whatever kind of party they got going there. Because look at those 2 balls down there. They're not only are they touching each other, they don't have a pocket. And they're hard to get to break out. I might play a safety right here. Roll into the 10, put the cue ball up above the 14 ball. If you can get over to the right side of the table though, and then back cut the 9 and cut the 9 in the left side pocket, be above those side pockets with the cue ball, then you could run the cue ball down into the 12, 13. And that would open things up. It's not a bad play either. It's just the 10 ball would be up table, so you would have a kind of an outlet ball, but he's going to play my safety. Cue ball off the 10, up behind the 14 ball. And for Josh, this 4 ball is makeable. I don't think I want to make it though, because I don't think I'd end up with a shot in the solids. But if I miss that and try to make it and I miss it, I'm definitely breaking up that 12, 13 for them, which he's probably going to end up doing anyways. But if I can just kind of go gently off that rail, and then touch the 4 ball. I think I play this as a 2-rail kick, though. I don't try to masse and spin around like that. If I'm going the way he's going, I'm going to try to make the 4. If I'm going to go off the end rail and 2-rail kick, then I'm just going to try to get a good hit. But I'm definitely calling the 4 if I'm shooting it this way. Look at that. Man, what a shot. Oh, my God, what a shot. And he got a shape on the 5 ball. That was really impressive. I've seen pool tonight that, I've commentated a lot, I've played a lot, but man, oh man, am I learning some things. I really enjoy a lot of this commentating because I learn as much on here as we try to help you people out there viewing learn. I learn a lot. I don't always apply what I learned, but that's another story. And the easy 8 ball on the side. Josh and Nick, we don't have to worry about a shot clock with either of those two. Maybe Josh a little bit more from time to time, but with Nick, you take the shot clock and just throw it in the garbage. Never come into play. So 1-0. Race to 11. That was a quick match. That first one is only 8 o'clock. I've been doing double headers before, and I've been here to the start of the second match, like around 10 or 10:30 sometimes. So, very quick match to start out the night. Much appreciated from the person in the booth. It looks like he's breaking about the same spot or location that Austin was breaking from. And Austin was putting on a breaking clinic in that first match. Got a ball. And got an easy one to start out with. Solids. Every ball for solids has a pocket. The only one that is being blocked right now is a 3 ball. 5 goes in the lower right, 2 goes in the upper corner. The 3 ball would be the only one that has a little bit of an issue right now. It does combo with the 6, but they could move it now if they want to, but I'm shooting that 5 now, I think. Or the 4, I'm sorry. Much rather take the 4. But the 2 does go in the upper corner. You got to get kind of the same line where the 5 ball is, though. Give or take just a couple inches either side of that line on the 2. Oh, man, that worked out good. 5 goes. 2 goes Doesn't it go? Yeah, it goes. Now, if I'm Nick, if that 3 goes by there, great. But if it doesn't, I want a shape to where the 3-6 combo is comfortable and I can draw back and get on the 2 easily. Unless you go there. Yeah, I like Nick's idea better. Get over there, take the 6, and then take the 3 in the same pocket. Bring the cue ball over in between the 3 and the 14. Now he's going to have to elevate if he wants to shoot the 2. And if you take the 2 and draw back too far, then you've got a back cut on the 6. Cue ball gets away from you. So you almost have to do the 3-6 combo here. And if you go up above the 2 ball, or to stay underneath it even, that's even a better shot. Phenomenal. What a shot. So 2 gets you down to the 3, and 3 to the 8. Man, he's got such good touch. Shoots that ball so well. Now Josh can just roll over. You can put a little inside if you want. Go inside and then spin off that rail. Get yourself easier on the 8 ball if you want. I mean, either way. You can float over. I think if you float over, though, you do run the risk of the cue ball getting up above the 15 ball and then losing the 8 ball that way. So I like a little bit of inside on this. Doink, just like that. Killed it over on the rail. Plenty of room. Nick should no trouble with that one. 2-0. Nick's pace of play as a commentator is so well received. I mean, especially if he's playing singles. I would love to call Nick's matches if we're playing singles event, because his single events, there's matches where if he's breaking and they're making a ball in the break, don't blink too many times because you'll miss the whole match. He shoots at such a good pace, and he plays so good too. It's always kind of the same, not really too fast, just a rhythm. He's got a really good rhythm to himself. Cern and Chad have a lot of history together. They played, I believe, on a couple of versions of different league teams, and known each other for a long time. So the chemistry between those two was really, really added. Josh and Nick have known each other a long time, played together many times, so their chemistry is really strong. I just think that people haven't probably seen Chad and Cern as much as Nick and Josh are. Because, oh boy, are you gonna get the cue ball over there, Nick? Are you gonna get the cue ball right there? Let me see you put that cue ball right there. I will be so impressed to see you put that cue ball right there. And he's not going to do it on this shot, but the 13 does put it over there. The 13 will get you over on that left rail where you can shoot that 15. The problem with that 15, though, is unless you're straight in on that ball, the cue ball will float down onto the 8 ball. And if you go off that, you might run into the 5, so you might not be able to go off the 10 and then bump into those balls anyways. It's interesting. Well. Josh, do you want to shoot it? You want to shoot that 13, or do you want to have Nick shoot it? I'm going to take this 14 first, so Nick will try to get them on the 15 ball on his next shot here. maybe not from there. Nope. You need to be a little bit steeper on that ball to float across to the 15 ball. And the 12 doesn't really help either. You could shoot the 11 here, run the cue ball down into the 10 and splash everything into there, but that is playing a little careless. Now this ball does give you a chance to get over onto the 15, but I don't like it either. I like what Josh is going to try to do. Get on the 10, and then use the cue ball, run into the 15, and try to get the 15 just over the rail. And then you're on the 12. 12 gets you to the 15. So you want to be like, yeah, right about in there. Shoot the 10, and then just bump into the 15 ball. Yep. So this is a shot. Come into the 8 ball, you might be in trouble. You rub into just the 15, the cue ball. Ideally, you have the edge of the 15, the cue ball runs up into the 4. Or like that right there. That's perfect. Man, that was a good shot, Nick. You hit that ball so good. Avoided the 8, didn't move it. Moved the 15, opened it up, and didn't put the cue ball in trouble on the 4 ball. He accomplished like 4 or 5 things that could have gone wrong there. That about every one of us, myself included, makes happen. He avoided. Good shot. Oh, whoa, Jesus. Oh, my. I get so nervous watching these matches. So Josh Raines to get up to 3-0. And that does it. Race to 11 again, live at CRs Sportsbar, Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Friday night tournaments are well under the way. In the always capable hands of Leslie Noonan, tournament director extraordinaire. Until about what, 10 o'clock? Is that when you hit 9 o'clock?
At that time, it's past my bedtime.
I thought it was normally around 10 o'clock you slip out of here. You hand it over.
It's about the latest.
Yeah. It's usually 9:30, somewhere in that range, right?
Packed in here, I'll stay late.
If the bar is busy and stuff, yeah.
Well,
Or over here.
both sides. If
Yeah.
one side is and one side is dead, there's
Yeah.
still no reason. John is more than capable of handling it.
Yeah.
The thing is, the kitchen closes at 10, so there's no food to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on 17. Wrong way.
So Josh Raines breaking. Up 3-0. Scratch. Man, that ball was dead off that break. That's my break right there. If any of you have never seen me play, I master that break right there. Shoot the head ball, cue ball squirts back, and goes right for a swim in the side pocket. That is my break. Oh my God, that's exactly what happens on my breaks. I'd probably say about 60% of the time. And here's the thing. I don't practice it either. I perfected that without practicing it. So I got that going for me. Liking solids here. I'd shoot that 5 and run the cue ball gently over into the 12-6 if I need to. I don't have to run into them, though. We just draw back and get to 6 next. Oh, I wouldn't have. want to do that. Well, the one goes, but if that's going to happen, to avoid that, you could slide right into the 6, 12, just gently. I mean, just bump into them gently and touch it. 6 still has pockets, and then you just take the 1 next. I don't know if Chad was trying to draw into the 11 to hit it more square, and then get Surin on the 6. But you take this possibly happening out of the equation by going into those balls. You hear that old saying about, don't run into balls unless you don't have to. And he didn't have to there, but there's little to zero risk by running into him. In fact, I don't even mind running into him and having the 6 over. Look at where the 6 is. That whole side of the table is wide open over there. I don't care where that ball ends up. I just bump into it and move it over, and I'm kind of straight in the 1, but again, it's easier here in the booth than it is. Is he going to back cut that 3? Or does it go in the corner? I think he's back cutting this 3. No, he was trying it down in this corner off the ball. Yeah, that was I believe that was kind of a mental error on Chad's part. And Chad is a phenomenal player. Phenomenal. And again, I don't try to say things like that to be overly critical. So don't, if the DMs are going to start flowing in Messenger, go ahead. But that was not a good effort or shot. And I'm almost certain that Chad would agree with that. Not even with hindsight. But do not underestimate him. His gears run at a very, very, very high speed. Oh, Nick missed that ball, though. Yeah, he missed that ball by quite a bit, even. I think he had more than enough pocket up there, but man, he missed that ball pretty good. Hey, thank you. Appreciate the message, and that wasn't a bad message either. Thank you for the compliment, though. Appreciate it. Just got to be careful sometimes, with constructively critical. Now solid looks really easy from here. Man, oh man, is this just the type of rack you need right here to get on the board. 4 to the 3, 3 to the 7, 7 to the 1, 1 to the 2, 2 to the 8. I mean, a little bit of an angle, but that'll be just fine. Shot. Got the cue ball up off the rail. He had angle to work with anyways. Surin on the 7. Yeah, he does want to. Leslie's saying in the background here, he's looking hard at the 2. He it's like he almost wants to shoot it, but yeah, I think he's overthinking things right now. And when you start overthinking things, that's when you start talking yourself out of doing the right thing. It's a very, very good tendency for that to happen anyways. In pool, anyways. I don't know about other things, but as far as pool goes, it seems like sometimes if we start overthinking things, we start bringing things that normally wouldn't happen into the equation. So you got, like, say, a 6-sided dice, and you got 1 or 2 results, but the more we start overthinking things, all of a sudden the other sides of the dice start getting, possibilities of getting involved. So sometimes that old saying of the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid, is really the right thing to do. Just keep it nice and simple. Don't overthink. Just like in life too, overthinking things, being consumed by it. I've been guilty of that in the past. Probably will in the future. But it bleeds over into pool too, Overthinking things, looking at all the different possibilities things might happen. When what we do is it can happen is that you start looking at all these different things that might happen, and you have a high percentage probability of what will happen if you just go and trust your stroke and shoot the ball. But as you start overthinking, then all of a sudden this pops up, and then all of a sudden your 85% chance to hit it just perfect and do things right, all of a sudden you're filling in that other 15% with bad things. And all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Does that make any sense? It's kind of like overthinking things in life. You make things way more complicated than they have to be. Kind of like my explanation about this. It's like a perfect example. But I've said for, as long as I've been commentating, I've said it from the beginning, and I'll say it until they wheel me out of here or away from the booth one day, that our biggest challenge that we have at the table is ourself. It's almost always ourself that is our biggest challenge. It's not our opponent. It's not that back cut. It's not that bang. It's not this shot. It's not the it's ourself. If we can master ourselves and channel ourselves, and really in a way I take ourselves out of the equation some, we perform better. It's almost like but I could, fill a podcast with that whole conversation about, making things too complicated and, overthinking possibilities might happen. And it also affects the rhythm, too, of a player. You start overanalyzing things, and then the rhythm gets bad. I know when I fall into that trap, I'm guilty of it. But it's usually when things aren't going well. So you're, being maybe a little bit too careful, and then you start trying to protect against too many things, and all of a sudden you start manifesting things happening, going bad that you normally would never ever run into, never ever create any of that kind of a situation like that. But we spend too much time on a ball looking at a shot, and next thing you know, we go up and we do something that probability-wise would have never happened if we'd just trusted ourselves.
Well, because he may not be allowed in here. I don't know because I haven't seen him yet. All right.
And then there's the other side of that coin, too, where we start playing too fast, too quick of a rhythm, and then start getting a little bit careless, and, things get away from us that way, too. It's not fair, right? I mean, 6 to 1, half a dozen the other. You're either going too fast, too slow. It's almost like being pulled over by the cops. Why are you doing 50 and a 55 while I was driving slow and just being cautious? Why are you doing 60 and a 55? I was just, trying to get home. Too fast, too slow. Same rhythm in pool. Too fast, too slow. What's fast for me might be slow for you. What's slow for you is going to be slow for everybody else. So.
It'll be $10 an hour for the both of you.
These, I can analyze these racks and these balls right here, but there's like multiple ways to get out here, and none of them are wrong. So, in a way, it makes a commentator's job a little bit easier, but at the same time, I got to fill the dead airspace with my mental side of the game advice. Physically, we do all these things over and over and over. I just can't say enough. We do it over and over. We all the shots we run into an 8-ball. I mean, to about 90% of them, even maybe more than that, we've seen them before, or variations of them. We shoot the same cut just from a different distance, different spot on the table, the same angle. It's over and over and over. But because we're human, we can't always replicate the results over and over and over exactly the same. As you start getting up into the 700s and obviously upper 700s and low 800s, those players do that. But they also hit 1,000 balls a day minimum sometimes. They'll practice for 6, 7, 8 hours. Talking to some pros, and then they'll play a match against somebody and stuff. They're professionally approaching their game, and we as amateurs can't really expect that when we don't put in that time. Wow, good shot. Pro goes in and works on something mechanically they've just got to fix or alter. We go and play, and we deal with all kinds of mental stuff the entire time, and oftentimes aren't even practicing what we need to work on. That's my game. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, dead center. That's my game. That's what I do wrong. I mean, I like my break. I've talked about this break with you guys on streams for 3 years now, 3 years plus. And I've probably practiced it maybe 3 hours in 3 years. So, I get what I put into it. These guys here, though, Nick and Josh here, they've won this event before. They've won one of these tournaments before, but they also have so much familiarity playing in this same region and stuff that they're so smooth together. Talk about smooth. There's a guy right here at the counter now, Mr. Nick Hansen. Smooth player. Works for Primo. If you need any painting, any kind of stuff like that done, give him a ring. Mr. John Hutton as well. But Nick Hansen. Getting in the ring with me next Friday, by the way, with his partner Gordy and my partner, Mr. Josh Wallstrom, will be battling it out next Friday. You can watch me shoot some balls into the rails next Friday night. So 4-1, race to 11. Josh reigns at the table. Got a ball. Watch the cue ball. Watch the cue ball. Okay, does that one go by the 10? I think it does. If it does, then solids looks pretty good. 2 goes, 7 goes, 5 goes, 4 goes. Man. That was a good break. Oh, boy. There goes the 2 ball, though. Uh-oh. Well, you could draw bank this 5 and snap it with some low right. The cue ball goes up to the upper end rail. Snake it in between the 11 and the 10 and run into the 2. Boy, that's a tough one. But it is there. I think if you follow on that bank, I don't know if you get there. You might be able, if you go around the 4, if you can avoid the 4, follow will work as well.
Oh, you have them?
So be curious what he does here.
Jerry said just keep an eye
And just like that. Oh, man, what a good try, Josh. God, that was a good try. And the cue ball really didn't treat him well either. Man, oh, man, that was a good try.
Are they stripes or solids?
They're on solids, Leslie. Yeah, they're on solids.
That's the 9.
Yeah, that's the 9 up there. He started with a 1 ball. That 9, the 9's on that 11, but the 9 will go for stripes, I believe, too. 9 or the 11. But, excuse me. Yep. Yeah, it's like a lot of glare on our screen. Pretty good spot for it, but 10 ball goes. Chad Plumley at the table now. What's that?
What he just did is not really.
No. Well, he almost got there, though, kind of safe, but the 10 ball, he can get on the 10 from here. And a lot of times, too, when you're doing a safe, I mean, from playing one pocket, it's not something I do very often. People that play me in one pocket will attest to this, but getting that cue ball on the rail really makes things a lot tougher for a person, too, because you can't use a whole cue ball. And it's not always an 8-ball a situation where you can get the cue ball on the rail, but something to think about when you are playing 8-ball. If you have a safety where you can, get that cue ball frozen on the rail, have at it, because it makes it so. Ooh, did he get point hook? No. Because it limits and takes so much away from the shooter. You don't have access so much of the cue ball. And I know this from playing one pocket, not necessarily putting my opponents in that situation, but them putting me in that situation. Dang, I'm on the rail again. Dang, I'm on the rail again. I think there's a pro, Scott Frost, got his nickname from that, being the freezer. Freezing people on the rail all the time.
What have we got going here, Mark?
Well, 4-1, but CERN and Chad are at the table and have a chance to cut it in two.
All right, let's see what they got here. They got to get out.
Nick and Josh play so smooth together, though. They do so well together as a team. So much chemistry between the two of them.
Who's that now?
Nick and Josh.
Yeah.
They just have so much chemistry. They've just, their games complement each other so much. But, I mentioned before in this match, too, that CERN and Chad have a lot of chemistry, too. They've played on league teams together, known each other for years, just like, Josh and Nick have. So, and I think that goes a long ways in Scotch.
Oh, it does, for sure. It's a different game when you can't coach.
Yeah.
So you got to have similar styles and kind of feed off each other.
You imagine if we had one coaching per game, how long some of these matches might go?
I know, that's what I was
like
worried about.
In some formats where you have one time per game you could coach.
Well, the other thing we could do coaching, but it'd be a 35-second shot clock on every shot period.
On every shot period, yeah.
Not even when you coach, but if you and I are playing, maybe we put a 35-second shot clock, someone would have to watch it all the time. And then what we would do is, if you and I are playing, well, boom, we'll do this, and this, but you'd have 35 seconds to get it done.
So
that would speed everything up.
What would you do, sit up here with a ticker?
Well, probably like they using that one that Kennedy's running that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
yep.
You know what I mean? The ultimate pool. They have a shot clock in there on an iPad, I think, Nice shot.
I think on the pro events, too, it starts beeping when they get down to
you get down to 10, 15
beep,
seconds,
beep,
10
beep,
seconds, Foul, ball in hand. Now, CERN hit that good. Now he's got to be careful getting out of here, though.
Yeah, if he runs across too hot and heavy, he might lose a 9-ball up table. The 15 doesn't go in the lower left corner. Do you shoot the 15 here?
I think you play the ball on the right side.
I think so, too. I think the 15 is kind of a weird little back cut from there, but definitely makeable.
I mean, even if you come in and bump the 15, or if you come in, I'd try to come between them myself.
Yeah.
Here you're going to hit a 6'1", 6'2", probably hit a 6'2", like Little Joe would say, and slide right between them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of like that too. I don't mind running into the 15 from here, because I think you'll be either on the 9 or the 15. 15's not going to get moved into trouble anywhere. Watch them now bump it up on the 4
These
ball.
goofy little cut shots like this, where you're tight on the ball, little back cuts. Sometimes you just don't see them right.
Well, yeah.
That was a good shot.
It's easy to overcut them.
That was a great shot.
Yeah, it's easy to overcut them for me anyways. When you're
Yeah.
close like that and you're going back a little bit, it's easy to throw it too much.
Yeah. You get a little different look at them, a little
Yep.
goofy sometimes. He hit that one real good.
There you go. So just.
Yeah, just draw back and get on the 9 and
Yeah.
Just say you want to pay cash and you won't get the charge on it.
don't get straight in though.
Look at him hit the brakes.
Yep. Oh, I think he did. Well, should be able to draw back though.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yep.
Go around this way.
Yep.
No, a server will be back. All right, thanks, guys. Matter of fact, she's in front of you and she waved.
Good shot.
Oh man,
That
what
was
a
a
good
nice
stroke
stroke right there.
Yep, hit that ball really well. That's Chad Plumley, ladies and gentlemen. That's a well hit pool ball right there.
All right, good stroke. 4-2. Chad. If you haven't played Scotch doubles before, it's a good time. If you haven't played, you should try it. But little added pressure when the money's up there too. $700 entry fee mark, and
Yep.
you know we got sponsors, we got money added, and $8,000 to win. And
You got the live stream.
Yeah.
You got grandma home watching the match. You know. And
yeah, it's fun. CR Sportsbar League Player Appreciation Tournament tomorrow. It's for CR's teams only. 8:30 doors open, 10 o'clock start. Free entry fee, Mark.
free entry fee. Yep. 3 different brackets. You got a M8 rating 59 and under, 60 to 85, and then a M8 rating open. So typically you're probably looking like AA Masters together, race to 4.
Yeah, I mean it's free. And
A's
we're
and
paying out
B's,
$250 for first in each division.
Absolutely. Ring game going on likely. And
Yep, ring game all day.
Oh,
Amped up.
there's another version of my break.
That's How Not to Do It by Mark Weaver.
Yep. This is what you do not want to do. Well, solids look pretty good, except for the 1 ball, but you can start out with a combo and take care of that. 9-6, and then 9 will clear out of it. Oh, he wants to take the stripes. Stripes are actually even better, ain't they? But if you want to do solids, you could take the 9-6 combo and just draw straight back, and 9 goes over to the right side of the table. Or shape the 5-7 off that,
Yeah,
too.
he's looking at the 5-7 he wants
Well,
to.
that's not bad either.
Yeah, I like
this.
that play.
Yeah. Except
However,
I don't like shooting the 5 from
I
there.
don't like getting on top of that rock right there.
Now, how about shooting the 2 ball? Yeah, I think I'm taking the 2
He's
ball.
looking at it.
Yep.
Josh,
I'd love to shoot the 5, but not from there.
Josh has a little smirk on his face. like we
'cause the
had ball in hand.
Yeah, we had ball in hand and it ended up here. Yeah, usually with ball in hand, you're pretty much guaranteed after your first shot to be on a ball. And they are, but not the one that they intended. I'm just giving Nick a hard time on that. Oh, he missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Yep. I thought
right.
that ball was just throw it in a little bit easier. Oh, took his chalk. It's a master chalk, though.
Yeah, some people are finicky.
I know, but was that over the chalk? I bet you. No, I bet you took the chalk with him. Is what it was. There's one other one on the table too. But so many people have their own, the
Towel and all that stuff.
Yeah, the $20, $30 chalks,
Which is fine if you don't lose it.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
How many did you find in the tables?
From
this
doing
week? There was
tables,
a couple.
we find them in the tables
Yeah.
pretty often. Yeah,
Hell, you're good for a year.
you might as well just go and throw $25 right down the pocket.
Yeah.
I've never really gotten into using different chalks, so I've always liked master chalk. I know everybody has their own personal preference, but master chalk always seems to work pretty well for me.
I mean, I don't mind rolling up and leaving that 9 ball for a bank. It's his trouble ball right now,
Yeah. The other balls don't really help with that 9 ball.
But
either.
does he have a little angle on his slab where he's going to kind of go near that 7 ball, or where's he at here? You know what I mean?
Well, how about the 11 to the 14? No, that don't work really either.
Well,
If you could get
if you could play it, you could to kind of nip draw. You could play the 15 or 14, come out, but you could try to get on the 12 in the left side and go up and bump.
Yeah,
the 9.
that's what I was gonna say. If you get an angle where the 15, a little bit right of the 15, where you could shoot the 12 on the side, run up into those balls. But I think for sure you want to leave the 13 ball in play, so that you have a ball coming back this way if you get kind of funky on it. And he can get there. He can get an angle on the 12 now from the 15. It's just the cue ball will be over by the right corner pocket, lower right corner pocket. I kind of like that, actually, taking the 15 right here and getting right down. Even if you come down to the bottom rail.
He could stick the rock here a little and play the 15. Then Then
take the 10.
Take the 10, then 15. You
10,
know what I
then
mean?
15 is
Then you
easy
get
to
out.
get
Then
on.
you get out of that angle good.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get on there though. I like that your angle. Yeah, do the 10, then the 15. Well, now you could draw back into it, but you got to cross your fingers a little bit.
Sometimes you need the pool god, right?
Yeah.
He could do it again. He could stop the rock on the 10, take the 15, then the 12.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like drawing back there from this. You could end up getting stuck on that 6 and not have a shot of the 9. Something. Oh, will it go? Yeah, there will go.
Did he get it?
I think he got it. I think he can force it in there off the point, then off the 6 if he has to. But I think it looks like there'd be enough room.
Roger Larson, Sean Mitchell, table 18.
That's the only shot he has, Mark. I think he's blocked on the other ones, unless he can see the 15.
Well, he can take the 15.
Can he see it?
I don't know if you're going to take the 15, then you almost have to play to bank the 9. Then you got to be up in the end rail. I don't want to shoot that 15 from there either. It's too bad the cue ball wasn't up just a little bit or our direction, and then you could safe and tuck it behind the 9 ball. But I think he's going to...
You got that 5 sitting there.
Yeah,
He's got to be
he's
careful.
gonna if the cue ball was this way a little bit, though, you could get away with that. He's going to try that anyways, ain't he? Oh, no, he made it, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now he's stuck like Chuck.
Oh, boy.
Stuck like Chuck.
You should see if Hank's still here to kick this in for you. that was incredible.
Yes, it was.
Dan P. Tracy DeAndrea, table 21.
All eyes on 21. Someone sleeping on the couch tonight.
We got Dan and Tracy playing each other.
You're back.
I was going to play back there on table 1 again.
Yeah. I'll give it special or
You can put me on time.
Can he see the ball?
I don't think he can he? If he can, he could cut that ball in the lower left corner. But, I mean, there is a shot there. If he can see that edge of that 10, that ball is makeable.
You can dirty it.
I just seen J.K. cut one of these in the one pocket about 3.5, 4 hours ago.
Oh, that's right. I seen you digging in your wallet.
Yeah, got the best of me today, yes. Rolls them balls in pretty well on that
Yes,
table.
he does.
Well, we'll see. I think he can cut this ball, though. I think he can catch the edge of the 10. Just like, oh, my God, the cue ball got in the way. He hit that ball dead center of the pocket, too. Oh, my goodness, Chad. You hit that ball so good. Oh, my goodness. So good. You run that risk of that kissing coming across like that, though. Now you only say that not because of hindsight, but from playing one pocket. You back cut those across the table like that a lot, and you run the risk of the cue ball running into him like that. But man, he hit that ball so good. You deserve better off that, Chad. You deserve better. That ball was just dead center. Man, what a shot! What a shot! What a bad roll for a result.
Brandon Hendrickson, Mike Quinn, table 19.
So Nick Marsolek at the table
Table 16.
on the 4 ball. I think he's going to try to run up into the 5. No. It's a 5 go. I kind of thought that he was actually trying to run into that 5-8. The 6 will go. 6 is cuttable from there, but that cue ball is going to take off on you. The 7 is bankable cross side. The 7 is cuttable in the right side pocket. Those are the options I see. And then the bank puts you on the 5 really well. Cut, the cue ball's going to run away. You might end up not getting. Yeah, I like the bank too. I think if he cuts this on the side, the cue ball's going to end up over on the left rail anyways. You might not end up liking where you're at, but on the bank, you're going to like where you end up if you make this. You should be able to go from the 5 to the 6 off of this bank. Or the 6 to the 5. And what a good cue ball, too. Good shot, Josh. Well done. So I haven't really kept as much of an eye as I usually do on the chat stream, so if I haven't replied to any messages or any comments on there, I apologize. Ironically, my phone charger is like at 100%. So normally my phone has run out of juice by now. So hey Tyler, hi Avi, thanks for saying hello. Yeah, Eric McFeeder's Monday Night League does qualify for that tournament tomorrow. Yes. The Monday in-house CRs League, M8 leagues out of here, and then also APA if you play out of here on APA. That all qualifies, yeah, Eric. Sorry, I just seen your message, and yeah, you're good to go if you want to come play in that tomorrow. League Appreciation Tournament, free entries, and they pay out depending on how many people are in each bracket. If you get a full bracket, they pay out to 6 spots. And first place is $250, second $150, third $100, fourth $50, and then fifth and sixth each get $25. And they do have, again, 3 different divisions on that, 10 a.m. start, and pretty good stuff, man. Putting it on for the league players, league appreciation. There is some sort of a bratwurst special going on. I don't have the full details, but I did hear them talking about it earlier, something with a bratwurst special. Like 2 brats and fries and chips or something like that. Don't quote me on this, but I think that's the special or whatever. Everybody loves a good bratwurst. I believe CERN is, bless his heart, trying a end rail bank. And I only say that because as a one-pocket player, I love good banks. He's going to bank to 15 in between the 12 and the 7. Or attempt to. And that is not... Oh, man, he almost got pretty fortunate with the roll. Not bad, though. Not bad. I think that 15 was cuttable in the left corner, but he didn't like it. And I kind of don't blame him on that. That was a tough shot from there. I think you sell out for sure off a miss if you try to cut that ball. Oh, Nick, he hit a good one there, man. Cue ball got kind of in an unlucky spot there, having to shoot over the 12, but that's not an easy ball all the time, trying to hit it with a bunch of inside like that, and then the ball close like that, because that cue ball is going to squirt. It's going to turn on you a little bit. Squirt meaning that if you shoot the cue ball in the dead center of the ball on a table, it goes straight down in the direction you hit it, right? Okay. But if you hit it with right English or left English and put a lot of it on it, that cue ball will actually squirt out. So if you're putting right English, the cue ball will actually go out a little bit to left and come back in. It's a minute amount, but it'll end up over to the right a little bit. It'll grab depending on the cloth as well. There's a few variables involved, humidity, cloth, etc. But that's what we mean when I'm talking about squirt. It's hard to explain without being able to put a bunch of squiggly lines on the screen, but that is squirt. And if you look up on YouTube, there's tons of videos out there that explain it way better than I just did. And I believe what I've read or learned over the years, and I think I've read it more than necessarily learning, but typically there's squirt on pretty much most shots. that cue ball is going to squirt a little bit. Especially if we're using English a lot, left, inside, or outside. Draw and follow ain't so much, but you put a lot of right or left, you'll get some squirt on that cue ball. And that's also then you're bringing in into the equation throwing your object ball, whereas with a lot of outside English, you can actually hit inside of the contact point of the object ball because it'll actually throw it to the left. If you're using right English, it'll throw to the left, left will throw it to the right. So you can hit, if you hit it with center ball, you'd actually maybe hit it into the point of the pocket and miss it. But with outside English, you can throw the ball into the pocket. It's so once you hit the balls like that and start to understand that concept, it's opened such a world of possibilities with the cue ball. And there's a large number of pool players that will tell you they understand that concept, but they don't always employ it themselves. So, and I'm not calling anybody a liar, but to me that tells me that a lot of those players don't really understand the concept. And which is fair. There's nothing wrong with that because it is physics, but it matters about making balls, and then also it matters how the cue ball is going to come off the rail. It matters how thick or thin you have to hit the object ball. So much matters on that concept. And I'm doing my best I can to confuse you guys and gals about it because I imagine that sounded like just some kind of a word salad. So I apologize. It's been a while since I've been in the booth, so I am a little bit rusty, and I do apologize. But squirt, throw, two huge concepts that will help you make balls easier, pocket balls easier, and then also position for balls. And there's a plethora of videos out there on YouTube that'll help explain that. If you have a table at home and you don't fully understand the concept, I would advise putting it up on the big screen and practicing that over and over. And then it starts to click, and you might be playing more pool than you have in a while because it's just fun. It gets a whole new world of possibilities of what you can do with a cue ball. So again, we are live at CRs Sportsbar in Coon Rapids, Minnesota, the mecca of pool in the upper Midwest. This is Mark Weaver in the booth, commentating live at CRs. Doing it for a few years. Mr. Jerry Johnson is running around in here, hops in from time to time. Certainly hope you're enjoying it. And if you have not hit the subscribe button, please do. And thumbs up, thumbs down. There is a hoodie that I am giving away. Still working out the details about how to do it fair, but I'll post that in the next week or so on one of his posts about the stream. It is a 3X, just so you know, but I will tell you this: it's a 3X, little people 3X. Okay, I wasn't like a bratwurst when I had it on, but it was a little bit snug for me, and I fit into threes really well right now. So there was a time in my life when I was bigger than that, but I fit into threes really well. So I know this runs a little bit small, but I'd like to give that away. So keep your eyes and ears on the streams, and keep an eye out for Jerry's posts at CRs on MN Pool Players or on their page. And I'll post a couple of pictures here in the next week or so. It's a great looking hoodie, though. Dominic Dunn's Dunsky Dungeon hoodie. Let's see what we got here. Did he get on the 12? Nope. No, he's not on the 12, and the 15 got blocked up too. Good try, Saren, man. Good try. Now, I think he could bank this 12 in the lower left corner. You don't make a living playing pool shooting these shots, but if he wants to pocket a ball, I think that's the ball that he has a chance to pocket. Some people would say, well, jump to 15, but if you jump to 15 and make it, your cue ball is going to be over on the right side of the table, and I don't think you're even going to be able to see the 12. So, yes, he's going to play the bank on the 12. Hit it right towards the middle diamond. Put a little bit of right English on it to help throw it to the left off that rail. Right English on the cue ball here will give left English on that 12 ball. So when I say it'll open it up, from this situation right here, you bank that 12 ball into the rail with some right English. The 12 ball angle off that rail will be wider than if you hit it with center ball. So in a situation like this, you can actually make it turn towards the pocket. Same thing if you want to pinch it and shorten up the angle, you'd hit it with the, you can't do it from this situation, but on a bank you hit it with inside. And then that tightens up the angle that it comes off the rail. And I think he just has to avoid the double kiss on here, and he has a chance to make this ball. It goes. It'll go. I mean, obviously you got to hit it right, but it's not the very most high percentage shot. But a lot of times in pool, we're left with something like this. You know, it's not a very good percentage shot, but sometimes you got to dig deep and find a way to get that ball in the hole. And if you don't, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's just a game of pool. Yep, 12 ball, lower left corner pocket. Look at this shot. Look at this shot. How'd he hit it? How did he hit it? Man, what a ball. What a shot. That was awesome. That was really nice. Lower left corner pocket, dead center. Wow, Chad Plumlee, ladies and gentlemen. And Cern with a nice stroke on that ball. Well done. Well done. Man, that was good.
I only saw the last 2 balls.
Wow.
Did you hear about my Vegas trip? 9 through 16 in the whatever division I was in. Not the lowest, the one up from the lowest. So I'm learning how to shoot again. Why don't you go shoot on 18 for a little bit?
Yeah, ring game. Eric, I see what you're saying now. Yep, ring game and for pictures. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a ring game tomorrow.
I'll put you on there, but if you want to practice for now on 18.
And you do some jam up pictures for pool, man. You do really good at that.
I'll come let you know, but that's when I'll put you on.
I know you've done multiple different events where you've taken photos at the tournaments and stuff, and you do some really, really good shots. If you're looking at any photography work, stuff like that, Eric McFeeters. Check out MN Pool Players and go through some of his posts, and you'll see some of his work. Some really, really good pool shots. For some reason, though, Eric, you never seem to take my photo from the slim view. I don't, you know, statistically, it's like an anomaly. I don't know how you end up getting that low percentage bad angle of me every time, but for some reason you do. That's my only critique I'd ever say, that somehow, some way, you never get my slim view. It just befuddles me, man. Maybe someday. 3 to 5. Søren Eriksen at the table breaking, climbing back into this one. A good break. 9 ball goes, and look at these balls. Solids. 6 ball goes, lower left corner. 5 goes in the right side. 2 goes in any of the upper corners. Once the 3's out of the way, goes in the side. Man, oh man, Solids is looking beautiful. I like that. Yep, get up there and take care of one of those right away. He could actually, from here, I think, on the 5, if he wanted to, he could draw in and he could bump that 2 ball a little bit. Doesn't have to, but if you bump it, you might be able to move it and make it even more accessible than it is. Oh, no, he just decided to shoot it, which, no big deal. No big deal. Because the 2 goes in either corner up table. He might not have had an angle anyways. It might have looked different from this view, but... So the 7 obviously will get him perfectly on the 2, but you got to get down here in the 6 as well. The 3 can get you back over to the 4. I don't mind actually the 3 now. Go over to the left side rail and come back up and maybe get on the 2 right away.
Little 5-3 action, Mark, huh?
Yep, 5-3, and they're at the table, so this could be a 4-5 match here.
All right. Well, I'm going to take off. I got a few things to do at home, but Mark, thanks for commentating. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and next week we have Mr. Mark Weaver playing.
I'll be playing a match, yep.
I will be commentating that. Yeah. Whoa, we are going to get on
the
that
gloves are going to come off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to critique that game like there's no tomorrow. I got him sweating over here already. And there are 2 matches next week and then 1 the following week. But again, I am selling 10 used diamonds, $5,500 a total with the tax. Anyone interested, call me. And I got brand new tables coming in here. So
nice. Awesome.
I'm going to go home and take a peek at this match. And free tournament tomorrow. See everybody here tomorrow. Have a good night. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Jerry.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep, we'll do. So, just like when we went up on the plane together and flying solo, Jerry Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, does a lot for pool, as we see, right here with these streams. The cue ball got away from Surin there, and I think the 3 does bank cross corner, but where's the cue ball might get away from him, but I think the 3 does bank. And I think Chad was trying to get him on the 6 ball at that before he shot that ball on the side. Ended up going just a little bit too far. Made that 6 kind of a tough little back cut even. So now, Mr. Plumley. Pretty sure he can't cut that ball, but I believe the 3 will bank. The problem with banking that is that you might not end up with the cue ball in a spot where you can get from the 2 to the 6. And if you do that, then you're really not gaining anything by banking it anyways. There is a safety off of this, but it's very, very, very risky. And that's just rolling into the 3 gently and tucking behind it, but that scratch is huge in that corner pocket. He could go off the upper rail with the cue ball and tickle the 3 and then hide behind it. But that, again, is a shot that unless you practice those or hit those from time to time, you're likely going to sell out a game on them. And hopefully you're not in situations where you're relying on that shot, let's be honest. But he's going to play the 2 off the 11 here. Nope. Got a good hit, though. So stripe sell, you do have a lot of work here. You got to get on the 12. 10's not a big deal. Yeah, 10 ain't a real big deal, but the 12 could be. Depending on where you're on the 10, the 12 can get pretty easy, though. Nope. Nope. Good try though. I think I go back to these balls now. I don't think maybe I take the 11 and try to get in the 15. In fact, here's the thing though. If you take that 11 now and then leave the cue ball over on that side of the table, come down below the 2, get yourself over on the 15. You can take that 15, run the cue ball 1-2 rails, go up table, and try to get try to get and move the 12. That's low percentage though. I like trying to get back on that 10 and using the 10 to get on the 12. And I think the 11 gets me on the 15 where I'll give a shot to get on the 10 again. I don't really want to take that 14 out of the equation yet. I like having a ball down here still, because if you get a rye up table or if you don't get on one of those balls right, you need something down here to bail you out possibly. So 2 rails, 3 rails. Well, took kind of a wild swing at that one. Not typical for Nick. I don't know. I don't think he ever gets really frustrated, but it seems like he just kind of flew at that one. It really didn't come out with a terrible result, but obviously could end up better. He can, if he makes this 10, that 12 is likely to make the 3 ball. So have that ball in that pocket. It looks like it will, or to open up anyways. Can't really do a safety here. That 2 ball's in play. And it sounds like a cliche and really simple, but the thing of it on a shot like this, focus, make sure you make the 10. If you don't get on the 12, it's not the end of the world, but make sure you make that 10. Oh, man, that was a good try. That was a good try. Now Søren and Chad have a really, really good opportunity to get within a game. I've got to figure out my dilemma in the booth right now is getting my order in for a piece of cheesecake before the kitchen closes. I got 49 minutes. Oh, don't get on the ball. That'll be all right. So hold the cue ball for the 2. Just like that. Good shot. Came up a little bit light even.
He's done that to him twice. Or no.
Yeah, it came up a little bit light or short off the rail kind of.
Actually, Søren did it to him on a side pocket ball earlier. It might have been the last rack. It was this side with the 8 down.
Yeah. Yep.
You know. I mean, it works. It still works, though. I mean, that 8's got four pockets.
Yeah, well, he can take this 2 and then punch it up to the upper end rail, go to the left side rail, and take the 8 in the corner. Right. I mean, he has a lot of options. He could slow roll it and try to get on the 8 in the left side. I don't like that play though, but I think that's the one he's probably going to take. No, he's going to punch it 2 rails. 1, 2. Beautiful. Well hit. That was a good shot, Søren. Well done. Well done. Oh, wow, what a big pocket. Holy crips. Man, oh man. Treat that pocket like a valley table. Holy cow, is that a big pocket down there. Yeah, Jim Parr, can you believe that? I think you were saying wow about that ball. Can you believe that ball went in? That's the beauty of having that new cloth, though. It makes those pockets play a little bit bigger. And Chad used every bit of it on that one. So 4-5, race to 11, live at CRs Sportsbar. We're in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Friday night tournament is swinging on. 29 people, I believe, they had. The jackpot for the Friday night tournament is like at 29.32, I think it was, going into tonight. So just under $3,000. Søren Eriksson at the table.
Cash or credit?
Breaking.
664, man.
Side pocket. Oh, just avoided the scratch. Got the 9. I don't think the 2 goes by that stripe. But that stripe is easy to move off the 5 ball. Just might not end up with something coming back from it. And stripes is not bad to run either, but their opening shot on stripes is not good. I think the only shot on stripes he'd have would be to back cut that 14. And that cue ball is going to run rampant. I'd even scratch off that 7 up in the upper corner, so I don't think he wants stripes anyways.
Not until the end of next month, but she's
If you shot to 6 and got the cue ball kind of right there off the 5, you could bump into that stripe. You just might run the risk of being buried down in that lower left corner and not having a look on the 4 or the 3.
made life difficult for her. She's been in the ER so many times.
So if I'm moving this ball, I'm going to probably give it some pretty good speed. I'm going to hit it pretty firm, because I want the cue ball to get up table. I might even try to catch the edge of that stripe. If he has to move it, does that ball go by? No. That ball, the 2 might go by there. Jed, who fled Lampy, is in my view right now, though. I can't see it on the table. That's Matt Krieger, who is on the screen. Now he's blocking my view in real life, too. There you go, Matt. I don't think the 2 is, well, they're going to play the 2 there now anyways, so maybe it does go. It does. It's tight. Man, is it tight. And not only that, but you got to get on it again. If you shoot the 4 and run into the 8 square with the cue ball, you might get there. Now the 4 will roll you into the 13, and if the 2 goes, you're in a spot where you can pocket the 2. 4 goes in the side, cue ball floats right down on the 13, and you've got a shot on the 2.
Mike Quinn, Jeff Austin, table 13. Corey Johnson, Jen Lampy, table 16.
Yeah, you run it right into that ball. Put some right angle shot on this ball, help throw the 4. That way the cue ball hits that 13 square. You don't want the cue ball to run through this ball. And I'll show you what I mean off of that right there. It ran through the ball. I think if that ball's makeable, I think he can still make it. But that's what I meant by running through the ball. Where the ball was, the momentum of the cue ball, you hit it to where the cue ball rolled through where that stripe was. Whereas you almost want it to stop right there. And I think if he threw that with a lot more English, he might have gotten to stop there. But Chad looks like he can make this 2 anyways. So Chad Plumley at the table. Just down a game now, 4-5. Nick Marsolek and Josh Raines, upper right corner of the screen. Looks like Josh is looking to see if that 2 goes. And it does go. Now that Jed is out of my view, I can see it does go by there. Chad, if he can't make this 2 now, he could get Surin on the 2 from the 3 ball. Up table, though. But there's a small window for that. You'd have to hit the 3 with some outside English, bring it to the side rail above the side pocket there, and then bring it out about a diamond. Oh, man, good shot. Never a problem at all. Man, that he could have drove a bus through there. That was a good shot. And he avoided hitting the stripe coming back out of there. So with the cue ball now, Surin can slide over, stop shot, or slide over and then take the 8 in the side. He has a few different options here. I like playing this ball for the right side pocket, just because if I can draw, if I'm going to draw this 3 in, I go over to the left side rail, and I'm pretty certain I'm going to end up straight in the side. That's how I would choose to play it, but it doesn't mean it's the right way. It's kind of, this is kind of one of those shots too, where it's kind of a comfort level. How you like shaping a ball is going to be shown right here. And he preferred that, which is nothing wrong at all. Very good controlled and safe ball right there. Well done. Come on, Matt, get your head all the way. All right, thank you. Oh, Matt, come on, Matt, stay down. This to go 5-5. There we are. Tie match. Race to 6 now. Surin and Chad climbing right back into it. 5-5. Race to 6. Rob Madsen's just saying it's turned into a match now. Race to 6. So again, live at CRs Sportsbar, upper right corner of your screen there, and some Mark Weaver in the booth. Second match of our doubleheader. First match was victorious by Hank the Tank and Austin over Zach Boss and Ken Daigle. And I got my order in time for all 0 of you out there wondering. So there may be coming up here within the next 10, 15 minutes some dead air for a few minutes at a time, few moments at a time. Got a ball, and look at solids here, wide open. Start out with the 7, bring the cue ball over to the left side rail, and shape the 5 ball, or the 2, or the 4. I like getting on the 5 or the 4. If I get in the 4, it gets me right on the 6. And then it's just almost, you can almost just rack them at that point. So to hit the left side rail, just about the middle diamond on the left side rail, almost by where the 1 is there. Cue ball will go right there. So draw back on the 5, get myself a little bit, or the 3. 3 goes to the 4. Yeah, I like that. 3, 4, 6, 5, 2, 1, 8. Stop shot on the 3. Draw back maybe a hair, get on the 4. 4 gets you to 6. Roll down with the 6 just a hair. Gets you on the 5. 5 gets you on the 2. 2 gets you on the 1, and 1 gets you on the 8. Or draw back on the 5. 6 goes on the right side, too. That's what he's playing for. I like that even better. There you go. Nice. Straight in on the 6 on the side. Now it's even easier. So just a stop shot. Fans of the stream will remember many tournaments ago me saying stop shot about 90 times in a match. Stop shot, stop shot, stop shot. And much to my chagrin, there were no stop shots, but I have a lot of fun up here. And I'm never trying to be disparaging to people. I take as many shots of myself as I do anybody else. I hope people get that, and I've never mean to offend anybody by critiquing or observing or making observations, etc. Anybody that's seen me play knows I make many of the mistakes I talk about. I make them. I'm a human being. Just because I commentate doesn't make me above those things. Oh, well, what now? Does the 3 go by there? If you don't like the 3 going by there, you could take the 4 now and take the 3 in the side next. Yeah, 3 goes in. But now here's the question. Does the 3 lead him to the 4 where he can get back on the 8? Or is the angle on the 3 bringing him the other direction? I think Chad can get back on that ball anyways. I just want some drama. Could always roll forward and take the 8 in the upper right corner too. So Jim Nelson, again, to revisit your pizza comment. Yes, they have pizza here at Carboni's, but if you're also looking for a piece of cheesecake, I happen to know that they have that here as well. And you just give the word and I'll get it ready for you. I have it available for carryout for you. So off screen over there on 16, somebody was just on that side of the table. That's what Chad was waiting for. Being respectful of his good shot. Look at that stroke.
Well, that was a very nice setup.
Yeah, that's a pretty good ball there, wasn't it?
Have they let
I think that I am out from here.
have they let Nick and Josh shoot in 5 games?
Nick and Josh have been sitting for a while, it seems, yeah. You're here late, Leslie. 6-5, race to 11. Man, oh man, I believe the score was, what, 1-5 at one point? 1-4, 1-5? And Nick and Josh are, well, Josh looks pretty comfortable. Doesn't look content, but he does look comfortable. And Nick always looks just the same, man. He never breaks his stride. Gotta love that guy. He's got such a never really gets overly angry or anything like that, or just always has just a good vibe about him. Good energy. Six to 5, race to 11. Josh does have the exact same Jay Flowers case that I have. Looks like they're going to take a player break right now. Yeah, take a break right now. We'll be back in a few minutes. Hit the bathroom, smoke it if you got them. So, yeah, they'll take a quick player break. Be back in a couple minutes, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Mark Weaver in the booth, and put all of our sponsors up there for the streams over the months and the years now. But I'll be right back in 2. Thanks, everybody. So we are back at it. 6-5. Søren Eriksson at the table breaking. His partner Chad Plumley, upper left corner. Upper right corner, sitting comfortably the last few racks in their chairs, Nick Marsolek and Josh Rains, and they're still spectating. I think the 5 goes in the lower left. I think it goes by that 13-3. And then the 2 gets them on the 3 balls, so Solids is looking pretty good here. If that 5 goes. Søren did say during the break he wanted to give a shout out to his brother Cliff down in Mankato, watching the stream. Thank you for tuning in. And if you get a chance, Cliff, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate the support. Yeah, plenty of room on that 5 there. But rolled a little bit far for the 4 ball. The 1 doesn't have a pocket currently. So he's going to have to roll in the 2 and get on the 3 from there. Doesn't have to get on the 3 from here, but it would be nice to work back up table and not have to come back down for that 3. The 1 will help get you back on the 3 if you need to, but you have a real natural line right here to get on the 3 ball. All about speed. Good shot. Very good, very good. So now he can come off the edge of the 13, go into the rail, come off the edge of the 13, and move the cue ball up table, or he could avoid them entirely. Then the cue ball is going to get running a little bit hot and heavy out of there. I don't mind going from the 3 and trying to bump into the 1 ball square. The 1 will go up to the upper rail, has a pocket still. But I also don't mind just running into the 13 and then having the cue ball float out for the 4 ball. A lot of ways to play this. You could take the 3 and run into the 8, take the 3, run across, get on the 1 on the left side. I mean, multiple things you can do here. And you got on the 4. That'll work. So a little bit of left. I wouldn't go much draw. I want to go across the table to the right side, right about there. I want to hit the side rail, though, and then come back out to the middle of the table and play for the 1. He could hit this with center. He could hit it with a little bit of draw. He could hit it with even following left. And might have went too far. Yep. Yeah, I think it did. I think it went too far. It's easy to do on that. You see how that ball was coming across the line rather than if it went straight across over to the right side rail, then you're going, back and forth. You're on you can see the line the whole time for the 1 ball. It's common to do that, though. You don't want to run into the 12 with the cue ball, although it wouldn't have been the end of the world there. But it's really common to, come up too much off that rail. If you can see it, then this is not really elementary, but it's fairly easy. I think he's concerned, though, about how he's going to run into the 6, where the 6 will end up. And that worked out pretty dang good. Good shot, man. Very good. So he could hold the cue ball here and play for the side, or he could run the cue ball out into the table a little bit and play for the lower right corner. I think if you hold it for the side, you run the risk of having the cue ball come out and take it in the corner anyways. Just because you have a little bit of an angle on the 6 here. The cue ball can float out in the middle of the table easier, like that. Good shot. It's a good spot. Take it in the corner or take it in the side. I'm a big fan of taking it in the side pocket. It's a big pocket over there. Cue ball will be safe. And we got a 7-5 match. These guys literally took control of this match. I believe, if my memory is right, score was 1-5 at one point, and Chad and Cern have won 6 in a row. Seven to 5, race to 11, CRs Sportsbar, Coon Rapids, Minnesota. This is Mark Weaver in the booth. You are watching Søren Eriksson at the table breaking his partner Chad Plumley. It's a 2-game advantage now over a previous champion of this event, Nick and Josh Raines. They didn't win the last one. I think it was a couple tournaments ago, but they have won this this tournament series before. Now, he might not like this shot, but I tell you what, if you thin that 6 ball, you see where the number is on the right side of that 6 ball? If you hit this with a bunch of left, graze that 6, your stripe, the 10, I think it's a 14 or 15 there, 14 ball, that moves out into the table. The cue ball goes off the right side rail, makes the 9 up in the corner. You might not end up with a ball coming back, though. But that solves your problem for the 14 ball. And it might end up with taking it in the side pocket even. I don't think I would shoot that shot, but I tell you what, it's very, very easy to make that ball. And I like this too. Back cut to 13, run into the 5, 14 clears. And if I'm going to take this ball, I like getting the cue ball back almost where the cue ball is, left to right on your table, on your screen there. Or like right there. Some angle so you can run up into that 10 ball, yeah. And he might be able to just punch the cue ball into that right there, yeah. Got the breakout. And I think the 11 goes too, so. Yeah, that goes. The 11 goes. And I would, I don't like that back cut on the 14 to the 9 from there, but I do like this 11 ball. Oh, did he get there? Chad, you might be banking this 14, buddy. Yeah, I think you got to bank that ball. Because if he could have... no, he's got the 9. Yeah, you got plenty of room in the 9. Take the 14 in the lower right corner here. Just like that. I wonder why that took so long. That was pretty. You made that, Chad, you made that look pretty simple, man. I wonder why that took so long. Must have seen something there that made him just, not really uncomfortable, but he just wanted to make certain of a few things. But man, he made that look so easy. These guys are making it look easy. These two should have played Hank and Austin. Running table after table. Man, what a good out. Jeez. Solid, guys. Solid. 8-5. Race to 11. I like a lot of music, I tell you about, but whatever is playing right now in the jukebox in here is some of the most awful music I've ever heard in my life. I mean, I'm just saying, this is, it's that 9-ball on the side again. It's like that, that kind of music. Just yelling and screaming. That's what it sounds like. I could put the mic up and you guys could hear it, but you trust me, you don't want to. It's awful. Man, these guys are playing good. Holy cow. Wow. These guys might run this set out. It is, again, just more impressive pool. It really is. Hank and Austin played so well. And then last match, they were fighting back into it, but Hank and Austin, it was that kick shot that really just sealed the match. Ken played a great safety, and that kick back cut in the side by Hank, phenomenal. I wish somebody would just hit the forward button on that jukebox right now. Oh my God, does my head hurt. But somebody put the quarters in the jukebox, so it is their song. Oh, well, this got a little bit dicey now. They do have the 4-ball still, but I don't think he can shoot that from here. I'm almost certain he's going to scratch. So as much as you might not like this shot, I believe you are looking at the 5-ball, young man. Oh, the 4 goes in the side, though. Yeah, 4 goes in the side. I was saying a scratch would be going up in the corner, but that does go in the side. And that puts him on every ball on the table. Puts him on the 5. Puts him on the 2. Puts him on the 3. Oh, 5's out of play, but it's a pretty good spot right there. These guys are going to run another table. The level of play tonight has been absolutely phenomenal. Oh. bit far on that one. And Cern can take the 3 and drop the cue ball down in between the 14-8 and bring it right back up between that spot. And that's one option, but you catch the 14 or anything like that, you're in a lot of trouble with the cue ball. I don't think he has any other option, though. If he shoots the 3 and rolls into the 14 and tries to hit it square, Chad can get you from the 5 back to the 8. He might try to go past the 14 and hit the down by the corner pocket. Oh, good try, good try, good try. Well, make it, you probably have a look at the 8 ball. It'll be a long shot, but missed it. Missed the hit anyways. Good jump, but a little bit off. So, Nick and Josh, welcome back to the match. Welcome back to the match. And that ball, that rack right there was Chad and Cern's to win, to lose. Chad shot that ball in the corner, and it came out just a little bit hot and heavy and went past that 3. Got him on the wrong side of the ball. If he had come up short, you had the ball, you still had the 5 ball in the corner, and you could come back for the other ball. One of those deals where it's okay, the one thing I don't want to do is go long. Just straight draw, bring it across the table. Like that. Nick will take the 10, shape to 12. 2 rails. That's a tough miss. That's probably a product of sitting down the last several games, to be honest. It's easy on those longer balls like that after sitting down and not being at the table very often. Easy to miss those shots. The pocket just gets a little bit tighter. You haven't made balls in a few games, or in this case 7. And it just gets tougher, you know. Josh will make that ball 99 times out of 100. Uh-oh. Oh, man, that was so close. Oh, boy, Søren. Almost a little bit too much on that, but Chad's on it. So we are getting racing 11, 8-5. I'm sorry for going mute here in the last 10 minutes or so, but I have my back medicine has arrived, and since my back is a little bit sore, I need my back medicine, so I don't think you guys want to hear me taking my medicine. So I mute you. But 9-5, race to 11, and man, what a swing in this match, too. Reminder again, tomorrow, CRs has a League Player Appreciation free 8-ball tournament. Excuse me, there's 3 divisions. Division 1, M8 rating open, which is typically going to be like your 90s and up. Division 2, M8 rating 60 to 85. Division 3, M8 rating 59 and under. That's kind of their base on it. So if you play the in-house league on Mondays, which is not M8 but Vanilla based, you still qualify for the tournament. You can play in it. And then if you also play APA, you can also play in it as well. So anybody that plays in any leagues, you have to have a CRs team and be playing out a CR zone. If you're a team from another venue that travels here to play, that doesn't count. Unfortunately for you guys, you're not able to play in this. Just like back in the day, how if you're from another venue, you weren't allowed to partake in the break pot. Back when it was like really, really juicy. And that changed because of that. So just a reference. The only reason I'm bringing it up is a reference point. Not trying to bash anybody or any place that they came from or anything like that. Just that sure changed a lot of things in Minnesota, though. 9-ball on the side again. He's pinching that ball on the side. Oh, what a tough starting spot this is, though. But again, making another ball on the break. Well, for science purposes, I will say this, that cheesecake does bring comfort to an aching back. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with everybody. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot. Thank me later. But I'm not saying, don't ever go to the chiropractor again and stuff, but I'll tell you what. You got some back pain, get yourself a piece of cheesecake. Trust me. Because right now my back feels just absolutely wonderful. They make us a really good cheesecake here, I got to tell you. Getting, off the 11? Hey, it goes. Oh, man. Yeah, I got to tell you, they make a lot of good food here, but that cheesecake, though, Jerry, woo, that's something special. So now the 6 will move. You need the 6 to help move the 8, right? But you also, the 6 will help move the 5. I like taking the 1 ball here because the 1 will take care of the 5 for me. Then I've got the 6 to take care of the 8, and then I can finish these other balls. But see, now as it is now, I'm not knocking on Søren, but you still have to get on the 8 ball. And I know that he didn't want to shoot that one ball, but look where that one ball is. If he shot that one, brings the cue ball into that 15-5, that solves that problem. And the cue ball is going to sit kind of generally where the 5-15 is. So then you take the 6 and you bump the 8. That solves that problem. So they still got some work to do on the 8 ball here. See how they figure this one. Now the 5 gets you on the 8 really, really nice. But you got to get that as your last ball. So you go 4 to the 1, 1 to the 5, 5 to the 8. Now just picture this. Let's say that 6, you shot that 6 and the 8 moves over to the left side of the table. Stevie Wonder gets out from here. He's got a shirt on, shovels and rope. Sounds like a order at Lowe's or Home Depot that will draw suspicion of authorities. Especially this time of night. I need some shovels and some rope. Wonder what that is. I don't know if somebody out there knows if that's a band or something like that, but now Chad can take this ball off that stripe. In fact, I think he has to. That stripe will clear, and then the 1 is right there, and then 8 goes in that pocket. So I think for sure you have to take this 5 off the stripe right here. Just a stop shot. Puts you on the 1. Just like that. Beautiful. What a good shot, man. Well done. Well done, well done. These guys have impressed me. I mean, I've played with Chad and Søren both on league teams before, but as a team, these two are playing. They literally have had Josh and Nick camped out over on their chairs ever since they got out to a 5-1 lead. I think Chad was making sure they got all the balls off the table. Took a peek around. I've done that before too. You run down, you're on there. It's like, wait a minute, did I leave a ball on the table somewhere? At that point, it's usually too late. It doesn't matter if there is one because you're probably not going to have a shot at it. But I don't know if that was the case or not. So 10-5, race to 11 on the hill. Søren and Chad. Upper right corner of the screen. Nick and Josh, who have been spectating like everybody at home for the last 9 racks. Again, Mark Weaver in the booth here. Hope you guys and gals enjoyed the stream tonight. Match ain't over yet, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Trying to finally get rid of the cobwebs and get rid of a little bit of rust. But I really enjoy the opportunity and I appreciate it from Jerry and CRs and all the sponsors. And there's that ball on the side again. Pinching that second ball, second row, he's pinching that ball into the side pocket off that break about every single time. It's impressive. But again, I really enjoy the opportunity to be able to commentate and hope everybody enjoys it as well. And thank you, as always, to everybody out there. I run into you at tournaments, etc., and give words of compliments and observations and thanking and all that stuff. But really appreciate it. We really do. At least we get it right enough for you guys to keep coming back to watch. So that's the important thing. Yeah, stripes are looking good. That 11 goes by the 10 in that upper right corner. The 15, is that the 15 down there in the lower right corner? Yeah, that'll get you back up table. And then you have the 9 on the side, you got the 10, you got the 11. I mean, this is CERN and Chad would have to make an unforced error to knock it out here. These balls are sitting just nice. This is the one right here, though. This, how they handle the 11 ball is going to decide them whether this match is over or not. And he's got a big pocket up there to shoot it right now. Bring the cue ball up in between the 2 and the 3. And shape the 9 or the 10. And you want to get a good angle on that, what is that, the 14 ball? You want to get a good angle on that to be able to go down to the bottom rail and back up table. You don't want to get a stream back cut. So you got to run into that 4-5. I don't even mind if you want to take the 9 and come down to the bottom rail, get in the 14 and then go back to the 10. I don't even mind that because the 10 gets you on the 8 real easy in either corner pocket. The only thing I would protect against is getting a weird angle on that 14, which that angle is only one diamond over to the left end of the side of the table. That's the only area you can be in trouble for that last ball. Now the danger you run here, if you hit it, come off that bottom rail too much, you maybe put the 8 ball in between you and the 14. But that's almost more bad luck than anything. Yep, right there, man. Look at that focus he's got in his face. That's impressive. Just make sure you get up above the 8 and everything's golden, man. He hit that good. Oh, he hit that good. Didn't he? Oh, no, did he come up a little bit short? No, he's got it. Man, that really looked like when that ball came out on that bottom rail. I expected that cue ball to go maybe 6 inches even higher than it did there, but Chad's good. Let me see. Yeah, he's got this ball. Man, what a good shot on the rail. Now, if you miss this, don't punch the table. Protect your hands at all costs when you're playing full. I hope that heals up there, young man. If you catch wind of this, it's a tough break. What a match by those guys. CERN and Chad got down 5-1, and they opened up a can of whoop donkey and gave everybody in the room a taste of it. But man, what a match! CERN and Chad will advance 11-5. What a victory by them. What a shellacking, man. They played so good. 11-5, and that'll do it for the night on the streams. This is Mark Weaver in the booth. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Be safe out there and have a great weekend. Friday, or the tournament tomorrow, free tournament for league players, appreciation tournament here at CRs. Doors open at 8:30. See you then. And what will happen on the stream now is that we'll cut this off and it's going to stop. And then they'll reboot it to finish up the Friday night tournament, the weekly tournament. But there won't be any commentating. I won't be sticking around. So have a good night, everybody. We appreciate you out there. Be safe. Be well. Later.